Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. I hope you're all doing well today. We are about to dive into the reading that will be posted on Friday, June 12th. I try to post my readings weekly on Fridays at 5 p.m. so they're there for the weekend for the upcoming week or whenever you come to it. There are no dates on these. Because they're timeless, and whenever the title catches your eye, there'll be a message in here for you. Please remember, this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. So the day that this is going to be posted is the release date for the movie Disclosure Day. That is opening day for that movie, June 12th. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it. I don't know if I'm going to see it in the movie theater or wait to stream it at home. I'm not sure yet about that. But I'm really looking forward to it. So also on Sunday the 14th is a new moon in Gemini. So on the energies of that new moon will be around, like from the 12th to the 16th or what have you. But Gemini is a very talkative, communicative sign. So you may find yourself a little chatty on Sunday with this new moon energy coming in. But it's also the time to set your intentions for the next cycle between the new moon and the next full moon. Okay, so put your new intentions out there. You might be highly social. You might really feel like getting together with friends. You could even make some new friends, new friendships, new conversations during the energies of that Gemini new moon. Okay, so for this week's reading, I'm using the Soul's Journey Lesson cards by James Van Praagh for the overview card, and then the main oracle deck for the end oracle card. In the middle, we're going to use the Journey to Oz and Wonderland. All right, so the card, Virgos, that you have from the Soul's Journey lesson cards is Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Yeah, we all have fear. I mean, I can name a lot of fears. I don't have a fear of public speaking. Surprise, surprise. But a lot of people do. I have a fear of heights, like specifically jumping off diving boards or jumping into water from high places. I don't like getting up on ladders if I have to get up on a roof for any reason, which has happened a couple times in my life. I don't like that. But sometimes I just have to overcome it and move on and do whatever it is that I need to do, right? I have a fear of going to places where I've never been, not being able to find the address or not being able to find a place to park. It's weird, right? But a lot of times if I'm going someplace new, I will actually drive there the day or a couple days before so I know exactly where I'm going and exactly where I need to park. Frankie, here comes the cat. I don't want him to accidentally turn off the camera. Sorry. Okay, Frankie. Say hi. Say hi. I'm almost 1 year old. Say hi, Virgos. Okay. I might have to close the door. So anyway, whatever your fear is, replace it with the insight of awareness, right? So whatever it is that you're afraid of, kind of feel into that and say, what does this make sense? Like, for instance, when I was talking about the parking, the way that I get around that is I say, okay, if I don't want to have fear when I'm going to this appointment or this place, then what can I do to fix it? And I can go there ahead of time. I can Google Earth it. I can do whatever. So whatever your fear is, think about how you can conquer that, right? How can you turn it around to get rid of the fear, okay? All right, well, let's see what the cards have. I'm going to face the camera down as we pull the tarot. Okay. Journey to Oz and Wonderland deck. Does that look... Okay. It's like, that looks a little crooked. All right, I've already shuffled and meditated on your sign. Of course, I did that before I pulled the oracle cards. All right, so let's see what the tarot message is. Friday, June 12th posting for my Virgos. Now, this deck, every sign that I've done, it's really taken its time getting the cards out, but that's okay because I want the right message, right? I can't get impatient. So how's the weather where you are? Where are you watching from? Here comes the cat again. Frankie, he's going to accidentally step on something and turn the camera off. I just know it. Okay. Come on, baby. I don't want to have to close the door. All right, if he comes back again, then I'll have to put him out of the room because this room is huge. He could be over there on the bed. He could be in the chair. He could be anywhere. But for some reason, he did the same thing yesterday. And he hasn't really done that. Sometimes he'll get up here for a minute and then he'll just go do his own thing. But yesterday and today, he just wanted to be right in the middle of it. Are you going to be a tarot reader? Page of Swords, truth coming out. That could have to do with your facing your fears oracle message that came out. Page of Swords are messengers. Oh my gosh, okay. Let me see here. Oh, the empath. That's one of the bonus cards. Eight of Wands. King of Cups. Emotion. These cards are so gorgeous. Sometimes I'm doing the reading and I just get lost in the imagery on the cards. I just love this deck. I say that. I think I said this the last time when I was using a deck. I'm like, oh, I love this deck. Yeah. Well, I only have decks that I love. I have a couple that I don't use all the time, but I still love them. They all have their place, I think. Okay. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. 2 more cards. Ooh, Glinda, the star. Aquarius energy. Okay, 1 more card for my beautiful Virgos. No, that's 2. Can we have 1, please? Can we have 1 card? No, it wants to give you 2 for that last. Okay, so let me take these in the order in which they came out. I hope it's nice where you are. It's going to be in the mid-80s here in Maine today. That's hot to me. I don't like it when it's above 80 degrees. I lived in California for 7 years with all that heat and constantly having to be inside the AC as well as Tennessee. And I enjoy New England weather, Maine weather, because usually we have a breeze. If it's 80 degrees and there's a breeze, it's okay. But if it's humid, I don't like it. I don't like having to stay in the house and keep my windows closed. I guess you probably all didn't need to know that. But anyway, let me know how it is where you are. So here is the Page of Swords. This is the Griffin, or that's what they're calling the Griffin. So as we said, sword. You see the sword there, sparkling sword. 1 sword is truth. There's an element of truth to what's going on, and it could be tied back to facing your fears and learning how to dispel those. Pages are also messengers. What's the message that this page is bringing to you? And also it could be about ancestral or guide messages. So pay attention to that. And then you have the empath, the hungry tiger. This one has a message about, I think it's about holding back. Let me see. I have the book here. What number is this? This is number 23, which is a 5, which is change. 23, which is 5, which is change. Even the book that comes with this deck is beautiful. The empath. And you see there, it's a white tiger, and he has a lamb kind of between his feet there, but he's petting the lamb. He's not eating the lamb. I love it. They have a bow on his tail. He's got these beautiful meditative rock statues there, or what, I can't remember, rock towers, and a tree behind him, and he's not looking scary. He has, like, I guess it looks kind of like a kimono kind of outfit on. See, I get lost in the imagery because they're so beautiful. So the key words: empathy, feeling, understanding, compassion, sympathy, caring, kindness, support, connection, and community. The empath. Yeah, and if you're an empath, you know that sometimes you take on other people's feelings, right, as your own. And it can cause us to have feelings that don't belong to us because we're taking on somebody else's issues, right? So we don't want to be doing that. So I think these are these quotes from the book, I think. Well, let's see. If I had no conscience, I would probably eat the babies and get hungry again, which would mean that I had sacrificed the poor babies for nothing. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. That was my husband calling. Ever since we got together, so this is going on 17 years now, he's called me almost every day, either in the morning or at lunchtime, just to tell me that he loves me and to say hi. I hope it lasts forever. All right. The empath. Where were we? All right, so we were just saying, the tiger saying, if I had no conscience, I would probably eat the babies and get hungry again, which would mean that I had sacrificed the poor babies for nothing. No, hungry I was born, and hungry I will stay. When Ozma rose to power, the hungry tiger and the cowardly lion were summoned to the Emerald City. There they were appointed as chiefs of the royal guard, fiercely loyal to the new empress. With her rule, Oz enjoyed peace, and the hungry tiger found tranquility and contentment, gradually relinquishing his earthly desire for fresh meat. So, as this card is a 5, he learned to change, right? To live with and work with people, well, animals, people, and, characters that he wouldn't normally do that with. The message of the empath card is, the hungry tiger embodies profound empathy, intuitively connecting with others' emotions and needs. This empathetic nature brings comfort and support to those around them, fostering emotional understanding and harmony. However, it's essential to maintain a balance between empathy and self-care. That's like what I said in the beginning, right? Or what Spirit said through me. Protecting one's emotional well-being while offering compassion to others. So we can be compassionate, but we don't want to take on the hurts, pains, and sorrows of others, right? All right, next card is the 8 of Wands. This is getting to your goal, right? 8s are mastery and infinity. You may get there fast, like the electric train or whatever that is, or you may get there a little slower, like the steam engine. But either way, you're going to get there. Look at the imagery, all the birds, the flowers. This is a happy card, right? Wands are action and passion. What are you passionate about? What do you want to take action on, right? Because it's going to come to fruition. It's going to happen. Oh, those cards are so beautiful. Then you have this King of Cups. He is the masculine energy, top of the suit of cups for his emotional well-being. And that goes right along with the empath card, right? Be in control of your emotions. We don't want to be stuck in fear. We don't want to take on other people's anxieties and fears and things like that. And we want to have a healthy balance, right? We want to have a healthy balance of our emotions. We don't want to go too far, tipping the edge any which way. We want to try to stay. I'm just picturing a person who's just walking along and they feel happy, but they're not giddy, right? They're happy, but not giddy, right? They have a healthy concern, but not fear. Thank you, Spirit. Then you have Aquarius energy. Aquarius is an air sign, like the Page of Swords represents air signs. And the star is hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled. This is Glinda, my favorite character in the Oz books. I think as a kid, I always fantasized that Glinda would come down in her bubble and use her magic wand on me and make me some sort of princess or what have you. But yeah, Aquarius energy can be very matter of fact. They're very knowledgeable, very intelligent, but sometimes overbearing, right? So balance is coming back into it. So if you have an Aquarius in your life, be careful to maintain balance there, not being too empathetic, not having too much fear, just having a good balance. But hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled is the other message of the star card. Not the Aquarius side of the message, but the star side of the message. So yeah, you can fulfill all your hopes and dreams, right? It may go, excuse me, my throat. It may go slowly like a steam engine. Oh, I gotta take a drink of my iced coffee. Or it may go quickly like an electric train. Either way, you can get there. We create our own life. Now, the last card, typically it's one card. Two cards came out. You have another page, the Page of Wands, and you have the Magician. So let's look at these separately. Pages, as I said, are messengers. Page of Wands is very fast, something you're passionate about. So these two pages, one bringing in truth and communication, one bringing in action and passion, right? So what is your truth? What is it that you want to communicate, right? What is the communication? Now, remember, we said Sunday was going to be a big day of communication because of the Gemini new moon. And then this page is all about getting things done, starting out on something new, because pages are novices at what they do. Then the last card out is the Magician, right? Everything is at your fingertips, all four suits, everything. You can create your own world. This is the Mad Hatter depicted here. You see the rune symbols, the sigil symbols, the scissors, the lamp, right? I think everything is shown here. So scissors might be swords. The lamp, the lighted lamp might be wands. The pentacle up here, and cups he's holding like a bowl in his hand. I think it's very clever how they did this. But the Magician is number one. It's number one. So you have two pages and a Magician, Virgos. So I would say that at some point, there's going to be something new that you're going to start or want to start or start working on. But you have to remember to dispel your fears about this new thing that you want to do or new place that you want to go. I'm saying place because of the story that my guides gave me to tell you about going there first to make sure I knew where I was going. So it could be that. But you will get there. So the two pages, the empath, the denial, the Eight of Wands, you know you're going to get there. The Star card, this King of Cups, being in control, balancing and controlling your emotions about things. So don't let your emotions get out of hand this week coming up. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But you've got definitely something new coming in with the Magician and the pages. And then from the Maine Oracle deck, I love this deck. I live in Maine and I bought this deck. Well, actually, my husband bought it as a gift because I really wanted something that was created by someone here in Maine. And as it turns out, I love, love, love it. Each card is a poem. And she is an artist, so she drew all of the pictures. This is cycles, and for some reason the camera seems to have a hard time, so it's gears. 57 is a 12, which is a 3, which is creation and collaboration. Perfect to get to go along with your message. Here, one may need to be aware of the time. Here, one may be... Sorry, I've got to look at this way. Here, one may need to be aware of the time. Here may be patterns and ritual behavior. One era may have run its course. As another era engages, here may be revolutionary changes. Looks like, Virgos, something is going to be changing. You may be leaving one era because it's run its course. Now, that era could represent a person, a place, a job, a friendship. It can be anything. But it looks like it's time to move on for that and create and from that and create and collaborate with someone new. Wow, this looks like it's going to be a jam-packed few days. Whenever you come to this message, just remember about your emotions, right? It seems like balancing your emotions, your hopes, dreams, and fears is going to be a big part of what's coming up for you. You are the Magician. All right, Virgos, until next week, peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.